Hey everybody, welcome to Shifty's Club. Today, today's not Thursday, but today is a Thursday episode of Magic the Gathering Standard. And today I've got the Dragons of Tarkir Player's Guide and a nice person at the gaming pit. It's not the gaming pit anymore. It's got a new location and a new owner and a new name. Wasteland Gaming. Nice player at Wasteland Gaming gave this to me while I was at the state championships, and I told them that was my favorite way to figure out the cards. So, and they opened up the fat pack. They didn't want it, so I was going to share not the top cards in this, but my choice for some very interesting cards or cards I would like to try out. Possibly, maybe the best cards. I don't know, but more likely not. Anyway, the first one is definitely on the front page. This one is absolutely broken. And you guys are about to find out why it's broken. And this one it's pretty much a Timber deck choice, and it's called Sarkhan Unbroken. For two, a green, a blue, and a red, it's +1. I know, +1 is draw a card, but that's not all. You also get to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. A +1. Who in the world wrote that? Should be a -2 or -3 ability. That is, first you get an extra card to play with, and then you automatically just get another any 1 mana. So I think someone was a little up on crack when they made this card, but it's -2, so let's put a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying on the battlefield. First off, aren't dragons supposed to be broken? Aren't they supposed to be hard to get out and absolutely hard to keep out? And you are literally just allowing a 4/4 red to come on the field with literally no effort. As soon as I throw 5 mana down to cast this stupid thing, I can use its -2 immediately. It makes no sense, but this makes absolutely 0 sense, and this is why this card is completely broken. -8, search your library for any number of dragon creature cards and put them onto the battlefield. No way. You see what I mean? That is absolutely broken. I don't care what anybody says. If there is someone who is going to run that stupid Timber deck that runs green, red, and red, or green, blue, and red, you would be crazy not to run Sarkhan. I mean, that is broken. I mean, how many times do you ever see a deck that is that broken? You know what dragon creatures are supposed to be? They're supposed to be 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 cost creatures that you throw onto the battlefield after tapping tons of mana. They're not supposed to all go onto the battlefield at once, and that's basically that -8 is like saying, I won the game. That's basically what I get out of it. So, yeah, I don't know. Sarkhan is completely broken. I'm definitely trying that out. And I remember when I was talking about the, I think it was a Sultai deck that I wanted to run, black, green, and blue. Now, I wanted to run a massive of green creature cards so I could get the I could get the green man out, you know, have it going. I could have a little bit of blue control, a lot of black death. I could have heroes downfall in the deck, you know, just taking creatures down, just, you know, just taking creatures down like that. So, then I'd have those, not cancel, but, you know, I'd have them, counter target non-creature spells, you know. Absolutely love playing around with the opponent, but I wouldn't make it a complete control deck. And I was going to have stuff like Yisan Wonder Bar, Port of Calling, Disciple of Deceit, and I was going to run Shaman of the Great Hunt. Well, I think that with stuff like Sylvan Caryatid, Springleaf Drum, stuff I was already going to run, I think that the best choice of action would be to run something like Sarkhan. And now I'm thinking a Timber deck would probably be my best choice because I want to get every dragon creature I can pick out of my deck if I can do it. Wouldn't you? And I've got another really cool and interesting card that I'd love to get out there. And I'm not exactly sure what it's called. Oh my gosh. I'm sure everybody knows what it is watching this video. Dang, I forget what it's called. It's but anyway, I'll tell you what it does. Basically, if you don't activate a loyalty counting on a planeswalker, I think you deal, was it 1 damage to yourself? But whenever you activate a loyalty counter, you may activate one as if you haven't that turn, which I think is absolutely amazing. So you could basically do Sarkhan twice, which would be awesome. You could have multiple planeswalkers going at once, basically activating all these loyalty counters, and I think that is absolutely amazing. But anyway, Sarkhan is the most broken card in this set. By far, broken. The most broken. The next one I'm going to go for isn't really broken, but it's got some really good synergy with a couple other cards in format. And this is Narset, Narset Transcendent. Now, I'll read what all it does. The plus one is look at the top card of your library. If it's a non-creature, non-land card, you may reveal it but in your hand. You know, that's okay. -2. When you cast your next instant sorcery spell from your hand this turn, it gains Rebound. Okay, we're getting better. Rebound, we like to bring it back. That's pretty cool. That's chill. Alright. This one, though, is where it's at. -9. You get an emblem with your opponents can't cast non-creature spells. Oh yeah. Or let's do that right. Oh yeah. You guys know what I mean. Anyway, if your opponent can't cast anything but creature spells, how many decks does that literally deplete? I mean, we got tons of Abzan decks that fall because they run 3 cards. They run, I don't want to get this right, they run that, they run Siege Rhino, they run Courser of Crufix, and oh man, I can't remember exactly what its name is, but you guys know what that black card is I'm talking about. It's literally on Super Games Inc. front page. It's literally on the right hand side. Deal of the day. I don't know why they've had that for like, yeah, a year. But anyway, decks like that only run 3 different creatures fall. And a deck that only runs 1 Pearl Lake Ancient, yeah, you are not going to be able to beat me if Narset can get on the field and I can get it to a 9 and get it to use its -9. And with just a white and a blue, You can fit it into even heroic decks. The white-blue heroic that everybody loves so much, turn it into a white-blue heroic devotion like I did, and throw in Narset Transcendent, and guess what? Now it is really a matchup based on strength. You can have your favorite Hoplite, which is start as a 1/2 1-cost card. You can get it bulked up to absolutely everything. You can have things like Phalanx Leader, giving all your creatures 1/1 every time a spell targets it, and have Melodist Charlatan pay 3 and, you know, use that same spell again, so and everyone else gets another +1/+1. You know, it's just things like that that absolutely just keep cycling, you know. And something like Narset Transcendent, when you hit your 4 mana mark playing Narset Transcendent that already has 6, yeah, let's just say my creatures are going to be able to block combat. I'm not attacking with every creature now, and you guys know how much I like things like Nykthos, which everybody loves in every devotion deck, but you know, I kind of have to call my white-blue, I have to call it a heroic devotion deck, because if you run Nykthos, you know, that you have to call it that. But and then I run Dragons of Tarkir, which absolutely nobody even seems to have heard of. Of course, it costs 9 to get its first effect put in, but I mean, you pay 4 to put it down, pay 3 to equip. If you have a deck that has devotion, it is literally cost you literally nothing. I mean, in 3 turns, if you have a Nykthos down, you literally have absolutely no chance to not get it down if it's in your hand, because by that time you might have dual land, you run a whole hoodoo on the white cards. You could have, say, play turn 1, you have Plains favorite Hoplite, next turn another Plains Phalanx Leader, maybe a dual land next turn, I don't know. You could put down an enchantment or Heliod's Pilgrim, find an aqueous form, you know, stuff like that. And then you have all sorts of crap that you can just fly through. But anyway, I know I'm not the best player in the world, guys. I know that everybody has like a certain set deck that has to be used, like all the way to like the card if you want to win a tournament. But you know what? I've been able to prove people wrong before, but you know, I play Magic more for fun than for serious competition. Um, and when I go, I can usually use my fun decks to absolutely destroy some people. But with all seriousness, though, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that Narset did make it into my white-blue heroic deck that I pretty much took off the internet and made better. I took a white-blue heroic deck from Nathaniel Bass, and I took cards out, put cards in, made it a white-blue heroic devotion deck. You know, I had to have something to start with, because, you know, I'm not a great player. I'm not going to know exactly what the best decks are. So I took someone else's deck, made it pretty much, turned it into a different deck, but made it better. Now, we're going to be staying in this multicolored section a lot. Now, the next card I want to talk about, if I can find it. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm going to have to do this with one hand. This is going to suck. Oh, oh. Hang on. Hang on, everybody. Okay. Now this next one is probably not, it's not my favorite, but it is pretty darn good. It's called Ojutai Exemplars. I think that's how you say it. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, it's a human monk. You know, everybody remembers what Monastery Mentor does and how it is a freaking $20 or $30 card and I can't get it because, you know, I love it to death. I want it in white, blue, heroic, but because it costs so much and no shop has it for sale, I mean, I checked what, five shops, nobody has this card, and here's why. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one. Either tap target creature, you Uljutai Exemplars gains first strike and lifelink until end of turn, or exile Uljutai Exemplars, then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. What would we use it for though? Tap target creature, and then the next time, and that's to get rid of problematic creatures. That's literally to get rid of those that we absolutely don't want to deal with. And you know those defenders that give you trouble. There's even stupid well, I might call them stupid players, but there's players that run that stupid it's that 0-4 wall. Whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. Forget what it's called. Anyway, I think it might be a rare, but I think it's an uncommon. Anyway, I've seen that inside the life deck. I think it's Soulmender, Johnny's Pride Mate, Sunbond. It's a bunch of crazy crap that they got going on, or Dealophilia, you know, a bunch of random crapola in a deck. I've seen that deck 3 times in one tournament, so I know it was, you know, somewhat of a popular favorite, but they don't seem to win with it. But, you know, they said it was because there was a lot of different cards that they couldn't use. Another one that I want to talk about that is really good is Serac the Hunt Caller. Everybody prepare to be amazed. Now, I have to read this stuff off word for word because, you know, I don't want to get any detail of it wrong. It is formidable, and it's at the beginning of combat on your turn. If creatures you control have a total power 8 or greater, target creature you control gains haste until end of turn. That means you throw down and the thing is, this thing's a 2 green, so you can throw down your Brutal Horde Chief or your Shaman of the Great Hunt down straight as soon as you get it, tab and gain haste. Because this thing has a power of 5. So once it hits the field, you got a total of 9 at least. And you're already getting half creatures already on the field. But for your creature to come in with haste, just absolutely the most amazing creature. And if you guys know Esau Martyr Bard, Court of Calling, you know, Disciple of Deceit, stuff like that, and this card literally fits right in because it's green. And Court of Calling, Esau Martyr Bard fits straight in with this deck. And I'm sure all of you guys know exactly what this deck does. It's the card itself is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to try it. I guarantee you it's going to be inside a Sultai deck if I ever run it, and a Timur deck, because, you know, there's no way that I'm not attacking with Brutal Horde Chief. I mean, once Brutal Horde Chief hits my field, if you don't kill it, I'm winning the game. And I run 4, so watch out. And then another one that I like is, let's see, Warbringer. I love this card to death. And this one, I'm going to read it exactly the way it is. Okay, its dash is it's a 3 and red to regular cost. But here's what it says. Dash costs, you pay cost 2 colorless less. Are you freaking kidding me? I can just dash with 2 less mana on the battle. Oh yeah. Now this thing, you are not going to dash for 2 in red. You're going to pay 3 in red to get it on the field. everything else you have, you don't have to pay so much just to get it on the field. You can put it on the battlefield, give it haste, boom, return it in your hand. But guess what? You are absolutely killing it. And I love this card for this. And it is absolutely just a deadly card. Like, I am not even kidding when I say that. Here's a... Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of my favorites. I'm trying to find that card that I had. I had a card marked. Here's some. I forget where I marked it at. Man, I know it's a white card because I think it's on the next page. No, it was on that first page. It was. I just can never remember where it's at. Oh man. It's probably one of the best white cards I'd seen in this set. Oh man, I can't find it. I know for sure that I've seen. Let's see. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. I found it. Okay, Dragon Hunter. Now, I'm sure everybody knows what, I think it's, oh man, don't tell me I forgot the dragon's name. It's pretty much the best dragon there is in format. It's red, it's got that monstrous ability, it's absolutely ridiculous. When it becomes monstrous, you put so much damage on your opponent, I mean, it just becomes disgusting. And what I like about this is it has protection from dragon, but you can block dragons as though they have reach. So what does this really do for you? Well, you block it, prevent the damage, so that dragon's not doing anything to you at all. So I love that. From the way I understood it, from the way one of the guys at one of the stores told me, that's how it works. But you know, I've been misled before. I guarantee you it wouldn't be the first time I've been misled. Let's see. There was two blue cards that I wanted to talk about. Can't really figure out where they're at. Okay. I can't, I think it's on that page, but must be on the last one of them. Must be on the last page because I can't find the other one. Okay, here it is. Stratus Dancer. It took me a while to find this. Anyway, I'm not sure how rare this card is because I can't see in the light, but anyway, this card is absolutely amazing. Play it, cast it face down for 3, like everybody knows it's a Megamorph. And when it's turned face up, you counter target instant or sorcery spell. Now the best part about this is that its mana cost is I think it's what it is. Yeah, its Megamorph cost is its mana cost. Pretty much is the exact same. 1 and a blue. Now, the only thing about this is that absolutely no one's going to expect something like this to just turn face up. And I remember when I seen that, I was like, yeah, that's definitely going in like every single blue deck that you can possibly find, especially those that counter a whole bunch of spells, because now you've got a creature that can do it, and I guarantee you're going to see it in a lot of Sultai control decks. Dang it, where is that stupid? Here it is. I found it. Clone Legion. I love this card. For each creature target player controls, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature. Now, what's the problem? Is it costs 9. But, like I said, with my white-blue Heroic Devotion deck, that's not going to be a problem. Now, I can either put a whole bunch of copies of my creatures or a whole bunch of copies of your creatures, and now Phalanx Leader gets to play around with a bunch of new buddies. I can't do the whole put your hands together, you know, like an evil plot, because, you know, my arm, my hand's kind of blocked. I'm going to skip pretty much the entire black section because you guys know me, I'm not that... I don't really like anything that's black in this set. But on the first of the reds that we come up to, I do like a couple of them. And now I'm sure everybody knows what the Commune with Lava is, and I absolutely adore this card. It's cost X and 2 red, and it says exile the top X cards of your library, and until the end of your next turn. Now remember, this is until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. So I'm pretty much, if I had a green-red devotion, like I know a lot of people love, this is your card, Commune with Lava. Because now you can take pretty much half your deck, exile it until next turn, you can cast those cards. So you're going to get your choice of anything you want in your deck to cast. And with enough help with the devotion, guess what happens? Boom chakalaka. You get anything you want. So, Commune with Lava. And that caught my eye very fast. Let's see, where's the other one at? Okay. Here is one of the cards that I love. This will drive people crazy. Now, Red's got a whole bunch of cool stuff in this set, Dragons of Tarkir. And this one is Descent of the Dragons. It costs 4 and 2 red, and it says destroy any number of target creatures. For each creature destroyed this way, its controller puts a 4/4 red dragon creature with a token with flying on the battlefield. No need to just pull out dragons in your deck. When you can play 4 of these freaking things, why would you want to? You could destroy the weakest of creatures. Oh wow, I have a black cat, or I have a Karibo looking thingy, I forget what it's called. I have some crappy 1/1. Make it a friggin' 4/4 dragon with flying. You got so many cards that you can run with it. Dragons of Tarkir literally gives dragons like so much power. Dragon Whisperer for 2 red, which I'm about to get to. It says Dragon Whisperer gains flying until in a turn, and that's for 1 red. And this is a human shaman, but listen to this. It's a Dragon Whisperer gets +1/0 until end of turn, but formidable for 4 and 2 red. Put a 4/4 red dragon creature with flying on the battlefield. Back this ability only if creatures you control have power of 8 or greater. But you can use this every turn. Basically for the same thing as Descent of Dragons, except this pretty much just stays on the battlefield. And another one I love, if I can get this page turned, we're going to stay in red for a little bit. Because this, where did it go? Okay, here it is. Thunderbreak Region for 2 and 2 red. It is flying. It's a 4/4. Whenever a dragon you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Thunderbreak Regent deals 3 damage to that player. So your your red dragons are pretty much just like unstoppable in this format. And then you've got another one down here, and I'm sure you guys probably love this. It's a volcanic vision. Now, I know a lot of people aren't going to run this card. Only a select few that can, really find a perfect fit for it will run it. For 5 and 2 red, return and target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic Vision deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to each creature your opponents control. Exile. So, we have plenty of good stuff that allow us to discard and, just put it in the graveyard. If you can get rid of cards like Worst Fears, bring it back, you're destroying all of your opponent's creatures in like one swipe. For 7, you're wiping out their entire field. But you're getting a card back, which is pretty cool, because if you're running like red black, which I know a lot of people who can make that work, a good red black deck like this, you could use Volcanic Vision to get back Worst Fears and control their next turn, which I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard plenty of people, after I suggested it, I've heard of plenty of people suggest decks that could go around it. But as far as me in particular, no, I haven't came up with a good deck for it yet. We're pretty much done with the red. And I know we're getting short on time, guys, and I'm sorry about that. I know you guys don't want to sit here and listen to me. Anyway, we're getting the green. Death Mist Raptor was the one that I wanted to talk about. For 1 and 2 green, it's a 3/3 creature and has Death Touch, and it says, whenever permanent you control is turned face up, you may return Death Mist from your graveyard to the battlefield face up or face down. And then you have that Megamorph ability, and when you may cast it face down for 3 as a 2/2 creature, but if it's in the graveyard and a permanent is controlled to turn face up, you just drag it from the graveyard onto the battlefield face down, and you can Megamorph it with a +1 on it. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like it, but I guarantee Death Mist Raptor is definitely going to be seen in decks. I promise you, you will see it in the metagame. It is a great card. It's costs the same as the it costs the exact same as one of the cards that we have. It doesn't do nearly as much. I can't remember what it's called. Courser of Crufix, I think is what it's called. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's a great card. I'm gonna get to a couple more. I know we're running really badly on time, guys. Let's see, where's it at? Let's see. No, no, no. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Obscuring Aether. For 1 green, it basically says face down creatures spells that you cast cost, or yeah, you cast cost 1 less to cast. So it saves a lot of trouble in the end, and we have plenty of ways like oh man, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm gonna I cannot remember its name to save my life. Anyway, it's a green creature. It's at the beginning of your upkeep, I want to say it is. Take the top card of your deck and play it face down. A creature card face down, 2/2. You guys know what I mean. And then to the creature, you can morph it face up. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of people that try to work that with this, and So yeah, let's see. We've got one more. I think it was. Was it one more or was it? Okay, here it is. Shaman of Forgotten Ways. For 2 and a green, it's tap and add 2 mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. That's not asking for a lot. It really is not. Because a lot of your green decks and solid green decks, or even green red devotion, stuff like that, all they really run is creatures. They really run no spells, just creatures and lands. So it wouldn't be too much for that. Especially when you want to throw random stuff in like Shame of the Great Haunt, Brutal Horde Chief, just absolutely destructive stuff. Especially like Brutal Horde Chief. Shame of the Great Haunt is just great for getting draw, putting a couple counters on your creatures. Now, that's pretty much all I really want to talk about in the green. I really don't see too much more that I like. Srag's pretty good, but I already talked about him. I hate to talk about him again. There's really no point in talking about all your elder dragons. I mean, really not. Those legendary creatures kiss my ass. Let's see. There are 2 cards I want to talk about outside of the regular cards. The first one I want to talk about is Haven of the Spirit Dragon. Everybody probably knows what this does. The first one says tap add 1 to your mana pool. No one didn't use that. Then you have tap and add a mana of any color to your mana pool. Spin this mana only cast dragon creature spells. Everybody knows that they're going to see this in decks that play dragons. Then you've got 2 in tap, sacrifice Haven of the Spirit Dragon, return target dragon creature card or Yujin Planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. What? This is basically like what I'm getting at, is that right there is absolutely broken. Basically, if you can defeat Yujin, I'm bringing it back with this stupid land card. I guarantee you I'm bringing it back. And then another one that I wanted to get on there. See, where's it at? Oh my gosh, I think I might have not seen it. Where did it go? I guess it's not showing us. Oh, here it is. Okay, I've been looking for this. Okay, this one's going to be pretty simple, pretty easy to get out. Sign of Yujin, pretty much is a simple uncommon card. 4/4 flying for 6. Dragon Spirit. But this can fit in any deck, pretty much. If you want to try, just a colorless dragon, get juices flowing, then that way, I forget what the card's called, but just either destroy all dragon creatures or all non-dragon creatures. Your opponent can choose one way or the other, but they can't really destroy all your creatures. So tough luck, opponent. I'm gonna have something to do next turn. But they're always going to choose non-dragon if you have like 1 dragon creature on the field. But at least you have a way of attacking the next turn. You're not completely one-sided. And usually decks that only run Pearl Lake Agent, want to do stuff like that. But in that regard, that's pretty much all I got out of this set. There's really nothing in this set worth too much. Maybe a couple of really cool cards, but other than that, there's not too much that I like in this set. I cannot wait until the next Magic set comes out, Magic 16. I heard that they're going to quit doing the Magic core sets, which would suck so bad, because I absolutely love seeing cards like Stormtide Leviathan come back, because in any blue devotion deck period, we're going to throw out a Stormtide Leviathan, because, I mean, for 8, he's literally like the most impossible creature to beat. Like, literally. I mean, I want something like that to keep coming back. And, you know, other really good planeswalkers. I love a Johnny when he's white. I would love for, what's his name? I'd love for Heliod to be reprinted, you know, and that's, I'd love for a lot of stuff to, you know, just keep coming back. Johnny's probably my favorite planeswalker because everything he's ever done for me in Magic, like everybody knows what a Johnny, I think it's a Johnny Mentor Heroes, I think that's the one it is. It's the one I'm thinking of is the green-white one, gain 100 life. Heck yeah. Once I get that minus ability, you ain't stopping me. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. I'm sorry to keep you guys for 40 minutes, guys, but if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Post any comments you have in the comment section down below. And as always, I hope you guys had as much fun as I had, and I'll see you guys next time at Shifty's Club. Oh, that hurts. Come on.